Up.
I don't know why my phone thinks I'm not on Skype when I'm on Skype.
I don't know. You sound good, though. Uh, what is this? All right, looks like we're online. The show's RPGrinders. We're gonna have a great show for you guys today.
Don't have any reviews today.
Yeah, I don't really either. That'll give us time to talk about our favorite games that we played this year.
I've
And
got
our
movie reviews though. I was
and,
talking about my game reviews. I had no time this week.
yeah, and
I'll definitely do it tomorrow though, before the end of the year.
no worries. We're also going to be talking our favorite movies, as Eric mentioned. So should be a ton of fun. We concluded our tournament for the month. Yeah. So what do we got here? Not a ton of news. I mean, this is a week where there really isn't a lot of news, anyways. So this should be a pretty quaint, quick show. I'm guessing. I don't think Break got the show up last week.
I did.
You did?
I uploaded it
I did.
today.
Oh, you uploaded it today. Oh, okay. I was like, damn. No, 720.
Oh, I
All right.
labeled it wrong. Let me rename it.
Hold on. Yeah, you labeled it wrong.
Mm.
And then I guess today is my turn? No, it's Break's turn.
Let me look at the episode of this stupid thing.
Yeah, I think it's Break's turn. Gotta make it last, Scotoma says. Yeah, we'll do our best, Scotoma, but not a lot of news this week. We concluded our tournament last week. It's the. I mean, we will make it a good show. I promise you. We'll have our picks for, the best games we played throughout the year. We're also gonna do movies and whatever else that we want to talk about. Talk about the year in review type thing. Since this is the last RP Grinders of 22. Thanks for being in there, Scotoma. That really, really appreciate that. We should have a heck of a time, though. I promise it's going to be a good show. Just waiting on Breakman, and that's how things go. I'm gonna look at the. I mean, I looked at it already, but. Oh, we can talk about our Stinkos of the year. That would be cool. Ooh, coffee. Let's see. What is my Stinko this week? Yeah. That was a good one. All right. And then, oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Did we have a good Xmas? It wasn't too bad, Scotoma. We had snow on the ground here, so that's, kind of a rarity in Denver. I know everybody thinks we're always in 6 feet of snow.
The weather got kind of bad here.
Did you have snow on Christmas?
No, it was a little bit before, but
Yeah.
the weather got slightly better.
I mean, it was definitely cold. I did have a good Christmas, Scotoma. I actually got to cook a turkey. My sister was in town for Thanksgiving, so I didn't get to do shit then. And her turkey sucked. But my turkey was great. Let's see. How was your Christmas, Scotoma? That's That's a better question, man. Let's see. I'm just looking through our stupid lazy. I know you're by yourself, aren't you? Yeah, I would be lazy too, man. But I've been working on that script, and scripting is way harder than writing. I got the whole outline written for the movie Scotoma, and writing's simple. I I breezed through the writing process pretty quickly, but now it's script time, and oof, I'm up to 28 scenes, so I'm alright. But holy cow, is script writing way 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 different, and I'm not doing it Hollywood style. I'm just doing it based on how I envision this thing going, and it's been an eye opener. Let's just put it that way. Uh, Holy shit! I cleaned up for Christmas off of Breakman's gift card that he gave me. I gotta pull that up actually. Let me go PlayStation. And PlayStation.com. Boom. Should go to mine. And then come on now. Oh, why am I not signed in? That's dumb. Alright. Sign in. Come on, do it. Come on now. Let's see. Alright, I gotta put in a code. Alright. There's that. Okay.
I thought you did this last week.
What's that?
Never mind. You don't even know what we're talking about now, apparently.
What are you talking about, Eric?
I thought you said you used those cards earlier.
Nope. Nope, he gave it to me after the show.
Well, yeah, but I assumed you.
So how would I be able to say it on the show if we did it after the show, Eric?
No, I meant like, I thought you did it afterwards, like
How?
in between now and when that show ended.
How? Did I put out another show in between time to let everybody know what I got? Do you know what I got, Eric?
I thought I said card. Do you know what I'm talking
No,
about?
I know I got. He told me what he got me, a card. He did it right after the show, but nobody knows what I got. So.
Yeah, and I'm asking, you didn't get anything in between now and then?
Yes, I did. That's what I'm gonna talk about. That's what I'm talking about, man. Come on.
You made it sound like you had it.
No, I have the games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There we go. Game library. Here we go. Yes, there we go. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a minute. Why is that on there twice? Oh, because it's the PS5 version? Wow. Okay.
Why is it two separate entries? Usually you'll click on the game and it says go to store page and it'll just look at the last one you installed.
Yeah. Got my boys till New Year's. That's pretty awesome, Scotoma. That's always nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7. 7 games I purchased. I'll discuss them when we get going here. Let's see. Did break?
You know how Best Buy kind of nerfed the Best Buy rewards a long time ago?
Yeah.
I only just now got a $10 gift card from them because I got so many points.
Wow.
So
I
probably
know.
be the end of that after this.
They totally nerfed it. Yeah, they were good at the beginning, wasn't it? Was pretty nice.
So I'm just going to use it to buy another PSN digital card and just use it to get something before the sale ends.
Yeah. Damn. Damn, I got a lot of my backlog. I gotta get going on these backlog games. Stop fucking buying new games. Stop it. Just stop it. I'm stumped on what to get for dinner for my boys. I was thinking pizza, but that's too often. Hey, Skodoma, it's never too often, man.
I had pizza yesterday and today.
As a matter of fact, today I'm getting pizza right after the show. We do it every Friday. Bernie and I, we get pizza.
I was gonna get pizza for New Year's Eve, but I think I'm just gonna get Mexican food instead.
Yeah, that sounds good, man. Why not?
Because I wanted pizza yesterday. Damn it.
I know. Well, I'm getting pizza today. That's for sure. We get pizza every Friday. Right after the show, we usually get pizza. Like 99% of the time. Today's going to be no exception. There's a really good pizza place down the block too. Well, see, there you go. Skodoma is it's a no-brainer, dude. No-brainer, man. You can never get too much pizza, man. Pizza's one of the greatest foods ever created. Pizza, chicken. I like chicken a lot. Yesterday we had
I had digestive problems after I had probably way too much chicken bacon ranch pizza from this one place.
Oh,
it was probably that and a combination of other things that week, though, or that day specifically. But
do they have these fast food joints where you're at, Eric, called Pollo Loco?
No,
they have them here. They call it city pizza, but I call it shitty pizza. But it's not shitty if you go there. I mean, look, even Chuck E. Cheese, like people complain about the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese, but I actually like it. I don't know, like most pizza. I mean, it's kind of hard to fuck up pizza. You know, it's just a matter of preference, what you prefer. If it's Pizza Hut, Domino's, whatever.
Oh,
you know?
This gift card can't be used. This reward certificates can't be used for gift cards. That's stupid.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta buy something physical or something.
You could buy a digital code.
No, it won't let me. That's
won't
what I
let
just
you.
Told you.
No, you said gift card, not digital code.
Yeah, that's what it was. It doesn't matter. It's still considered a gift card.
I gotcha.
So well, I just got to. I don't know. Maybe I can. There's an anonymous code out yet.
Yeah, Skodoma, those places, we just got it.
Because this thing expires on like the 2nd, so I need to figure out something to get.
We just got one of those here, Skodoma. I like it a lot, man. I think the chicken tastes really, really good. It's got at least spice in it. You know, most places don't put spices in it, but I like a good grilled chicken, and you know they have lots of stuff there. They have like rice and beans and mac and cheese, mashed potatoes and gravy. I mean, it's actually really decent for a fast food joint. I was pretty impressed.
Maybe there's something on the flash sale I can get. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. There you go. All right, we're just waiting on Breakman, and he will be here momentarily. Yeah, make sure you relabel that, Eric, because
I did.
Oh, you did already? Wow.
But unfortunately, when you once you post an episode, it'll just, if you're posting it on Facebook or something, it'll just show the last thing I typed in. So
yeah. Okay, well that's cool. It looks like Break is next in line, right? Because it looks like I did 719. Let me make sure. Yep. I like how he labeled his last one. Fuck me, Santa. Do we have In and Out? Yes. Yeah, see, Skodoma, everybody thinks the pizza at Chuck E. Cheese is cardboard, but I don't know, I kind of just like it. It's not the best in the world, but it's edible to me. I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. You guys have In and Out? Yeah, we have In and Out here, for sure, in Denver. We have like 2 or 3 of them, or maybe more, I don't know, but In and Out's always good. The only problem is I have a problem digesting hamburger, man. So it's like any burger. The only hamburger that I can eat that's not bad on my stomach is Five Guys. Uh,
They should sell Beyond Meat burgers at Five Guys.
nope, not here. Anyways,
I said they should.
they should. Yeah, that you know what? I like Beyond Meat. It doesn't taste bad at all. I think it tastes kind of good.
Beyond slash Impossible, either of those two
Yeah,
companies.
yeah. Either or. They're both tasty. I don't know. They. I mean, it's passable. It's a lot better than the previous junk people used to pass as meat. I don't have a problem with it at all. Kind of like it actually. I mean, if they could make it cheaper than beef, I'd probably buy that. I mean, red meat's not really great for you. All right, we're good to go. We're just waiting on Breakman to get here, and then we'll get this end of year party started. Should be a fun time. It wouldn't be Grinders if we didn't start late and have all kinds of technical issues, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. I was really impressed with my haul, Eric. We're gonna go through each of these when we get to it, when we get to my Sweetos, and I'll see if you guys approve or disapprove. I don't know. I think I did really, really good with Break's Christmas gift. Christmas grift. Yeah, definitely not a grift. Bernie's here. What's up, Bernie? Feeling any better?
No.
No?
I feel really icky.
Did you take that Aleve? Yeah.
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 I need
Cold
to.
stuff.
Yeah, she's got. I actually got to buy more cold medicine for her. She's got a heck of a cold. I'm wondering if she doesn't have fucking. You know what? I forgot to buy a COVID test today, Bernie.
Day number
So-
6?
Maybe we'll go get one just to make sure you don't have the old COVID. That hey, at the very least, that'll give you an excuse to stay out of work for a few days.
I've got these tests from the government that they sent out, and these are quick views.
Yeah, I had those somewhere. I used one, but I don't know what happened to the other one. I think I just misplaced it. So, you know, whatever.
It's weird because it was just like a little strip that you put it in a tube, then you just compare it to the chart.
Yeah. Yeah. You just stick it in your nose, and then you stick that Q-tip in a solution, and yeah. Then you just stick it in the I don't know, it's like a little packet.
The Abbott ones have you like shove it in this thing.
Where is Breakman? Is he even in chat? Let me check. Yes, he's there. Breakman, we're trying to get a hold of you, sir.
I'm surprised this Best Buy still had 3DS games.
Are they did they completely shut down the 3DS or what's going on?
No,
with
that's
that?
not happening till the end of January.
Oh, I gotcha.
You still got a month if you want to buy games off of there. But you're gonna have to link your Nintendo Network ID because you can't add money. But they can't accept money from your wallet, so that's why you have to link your account.
So does this mean that what you call it? They're gonna come out with another handheld system soon, Eric?
No.
You think? Oh, well, that sucks. There's colds that are worse than COVID going around because those idiots.
The Switch is in its planned, at least from what we can tell, midlife cycle.
Yeah. Colds that are worse than COVID going around because those idiots kept themselves from getting. You know what? There is thoughts to that, Scotoma. There is a growing section of science that says that actually the masks are good. I'm not gonna diss the mask, but there is a sentiment amongst a lot of people.
I don't think it quite works like using triclosan in your soap in that eliminating the antibodies and instead of using hand soap.
Well, yeah, that too. That too. Hence,
I don't think it works quite the same way.
it's a little different. It's a little different, but you do
So
have to.
this is the difference between germs and bacteria and viruses.
Yeah, you do have to get some of those germs and viruses in order to build up a healthy immune system. So if you're constantly wearing that mask, but while you're sick, you should wear that mask just so you don't spread it to other people. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're sick, wear that mask because that's what prevents other people from getting it. It's just the constant wearing of it that is could potentially be harmful. Yeah, natural antibiotics. That's what I'm talking about. Isn't like drinking from the hose.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I drink from the hose.
I wouldn't do that.
I just, you
Like,
know why I
but
don't?
yeah, but like, I won't obsessively worry about cleanliness. But there could be millions of them that crawl through that hose before it got to you. So
Well, I mean, I don't normally drink from the hose because of the
I
rubber.
mean, that's kind of like playing with fire. But like, if I'm like thirsty enough, maybe. But you know,
I mean, I like normally I won't because it has like a kind of a rubbery kind of taste to it. So
or
that's
that,
why I don't do it, you know.
or the like 30-second rule. If your like floor is relatively clean, I guess it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, I never had a problem drinking from the hose ever, you know, but, you know, I mean, it is what it is. We're just waiting on Breakman to get here. I'm assuming he's having some issues. He might be restarting. Let me go check the old Twitter because, you know, sometimes Break gets back with me. Hey, you know what? I text him. Um, it's funny. I DM'd him on Twitter, Eric, and because there was a sale on Sound of Music for
Mm,
$5. I was laughing.
yeah, I don't think I'm using that fucking rewards. So they're gonna expire, and I'm not gonna have anything to spend on because there's nothing I want to get right now. Or at least anything I want to get on Best Buy. By the time I would want to get something, it'll be over.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, we're just waiting for a break. I think he's having a hard time with. You know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and get started with the show. Hold on. Let me type. Let him know that we're gonna get started, and then when he gets in, we'll get him on in. Steam Deck. You have a Steam Deck, Skodoma? All right. Let's get you ready to go, Eric.
Um, yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this. Hold on. And welcome everybody to episode, what is this, 721 of RPGrinders. I'm your host, Frank Branches, alongside my trusty cohort, Eric the Great. Breakman the Bold is in the house, but I'm assuming he's having computer issues as normal. So we'll get him in here in just a second. Eric, how was your week, dude?
It was something.
It was something. Well, that's something. I mean, you know. I mean, hey, you made it through.
It was 3 days of work.
Yeah. All right, let me see if we can get Breakman in here. Only 3 days? Well, yeah, because the holiday, right? Let's see. Let's try to get Break on in here. Let's see. Let's see if we can get him. He wasn't responding to text, so maybe by just calling, well, I don't know if he sees his text. That's the thing. Let's see if we can get a hold of Break here. My week was okay. I mean, I made turkey for Christmas, so that was good. Let's see. Unavailable, Breakman. Unavailable. What's going on? I'm going to type that in too, just so he knows. All right. Well, while we're dealing with that, let's go ahead and get started with the news and get that out of the way. So Break, Break can have time to get his computer. I swear, when we get Break a new computer, Eric, we're gonna have like a special episode, like eulogizing his own computer. It's gonna be like that scene from Office Space. If anybody's seen that,
Could probably get a cheap laptop with his tax return.
yeah, maybe that's an idea. All right, here we go. RPG news. All right, Eric. Let's get started with the news.
I feel like Scoto's first mistake is listening to anything from the Daily Wire.
Hey, Breakman, are you there?
Yeah, COVID-19 is the number 3 death-causing thing in America right now. Like, the cold isn't killing anybody. There's no fucking comparison.
Hey, if you listen to Joe Biden, it's over, Breakman.
Yeah,
It's over. It's over, man.
all those people are fucking wrong.
Yeah,
It's never going to be over because people refuse to get vaccinated, and they, COVID won. So now we're going to have COVID deaths every year.
Yeah,
just
my
like the flu, and people are like, oh, it's not going to be as bad as the flu. Now it's worse than the flu.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. My ex, her grandfather died of COVID, and he was.
Yeah, my parents don't understand COVID either. It's like, oh, if you get COVID, it's just like a cold, only because you got the vaccine that severely lessens its impact on you.
No, I mean, there are people that get COVID and it's like nothing. I mean, scientists don't even know.
Yeah, I mean, but not everybody's like that. In fact,
Right.
most people aren't like that.
But there are several right-wing people I know. Oh, I shouldn't say so, but but people that I know personally that were hospitalized because of COVID, and then after they got better, they said, "Oh, it was no big deal."
And yet they were in the hospital.
Media, it's telling it's no big deal, even though they went to the fucking hospital and were down like the 90 and low in oxygen levels and shit, you know?
Yeah, I know, man. It's.
I mean,
almost put one on a ventilator and told me, "Oh, it wasn't as bad as the cold."
COVID-19 didn't kill my uncle,
Yeah.
but COVID pneumonia did, and his wife had COVID-19.
Yeah, like I said.
I'm sure he might have been in a better place.
I see people downplaying it who've had it. Like Trump almost died from
over each other.
Yeah, you're right.
I
Actually,
my point. But,
go ahead.
My point is, out of the two of them, one of them had COVID-19, and I'm sure in his weakened state, he probably would have survived if she hadn't.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, look. I mean, the debate rages on, right? I believe.
I know you can do a million things and still get it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything because of that.
It's like the flu shot, right? Nobody gets the flu shot that doesn't want it, right? And that's fine. Like if you, I mean, the flu kills a lot of people every year, and the flu shots aren't 100% effective either. It's like 60%.
My problem is.
Hold on, Eric. You're just doing the same thing you said, Eric.
Get the vaccine.
Eric, you just did the same thing.
Do it.
Eric, you just talked over me, dude. What I'm saying is
Nobody's talking over you, Frank. I don't know what you're talking. Oh.
How dare you, Breakman? Look, look. The flu shot is 60% effective, but what that says to me is, do I want 60% protection from the flu as opposed to 0? Yes. So I get the flu shot when I can.
One of the things with the flu shot is they're based on what strains of the flu that the experts at the CDC think are going to be the dominant strains
Yeah,
of the flu.
it's a crapshoot. It's a crapshoot.
Right. So it's not
like
there's
predicting
so
the
many
weather.
different types. It's hard for them to guess.
And there are
Especially
people.
since a lot of these viruses are airborne, so it's basically like predicting the weather.
Yeah, and there are people like Scotoma who never get sick, right? And there are people like that
And good for them.
that just have strong immune systems that
Yeah.
just prevent them from getting sick. I don't happen to be one of those people, so I'll take the 60% protection. I mostly.
know somebody who was completely immune to things like poison ivy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like that's how
Yeah.
good her immune system was. I'm like, holy fuck.
Yep.
Look at a piece of poison ivy and I'm breaking out.
I know. It's crazy. I get sick, just not often. Scotomas. Yeah. See, I mean,
her face and nothing happened to her. It's like,
I just don't want to be that one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like my ex's grandfather and get it and die. You know, that's just my thing. I don't want to be one of the statistics. So I just, I mean, I'm okay with the vaccines, and I'm okay with people not taking the vaccines too. I mean, it's completely up to you, but know the risk. If you don't get it, if you have a strong immune system, then so be it. That's why this is America, right?
But it was like I was saying, it's like I don't understand the people who understand everything about this but still choose not to, even though they have every benefit to doing so.
Well, they take their own chance, man. That's the thing. All right, let's get started with the news. Let's get this going so we can get to some fun stuff here. Eric.
oh shit, news?
Yeah, news. You don't have your news stuff up. I can. Breakman. We only have a few news stories, so if you don't get them up, that's it's all good.
I mean, I don't know what you're accusing me of here, saying that I don't have like the news stories loaded or that I'm
Eric,
stalling
get started
time.
because this guy is just stalling for time here.
Yeah. Bravely Default Brilliant Lights, which is a mobile game, by the way, is ending its service February 28th. And yeah, this only lasted about a year.
I think we all expected that, right? I mean, it wasn't going to, it's not sustainable, Scotoma says longer show. I know, he's like stalling for one.
But like, to go along with this, Chocobo GP, the basically live service game that they, they basically Mario Kart Goat or World, or whatever the mobile version of that game's called. They made microtransactions up the wazoo and just pay to win bullshit, and it was gross and predatory. And now, if you want to play online, you can't because they closed it like unceremoniously with no given warning.
I'm beginning
Unlike
to
this, we at least have some time to play it.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that a lot of these companies, like Square Enix, for instance, just do games like this for quick cash grabs, because a year is not anything for one of these type of games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just over 13 months.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, Break, did you end up getting your next link up or no?
Coming to us live from RPG site, Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins Different Future expansion launches on January 27th. And that'll be for everything that it's on, which is, the current gen systems and the old systems, the PS4 and the Xbox One. And all DLC offerings. This is one of, it looks like, two. The next one will be out. Wait, no, I guess this is the third one then? Because there was two already. I'm sorry, this is the third one. The season pass is $24.99. So,
Yeah. And I'm like, you can only. This is stupid. I hate when they do this. This video is age restricted and only available on YouTube. Like, I mean, come on, really? You can only see it on YouTube apparently. So there you go.
Yeah, I'd care about any of the Stranger of Paradise DLC has they not thoroughly fucked the other two. So why would this one be any different?
Yeah, why would that? I mean, yeah, exactly. Why would that be any different?
They basically, like I've said before, they have gated the previous the new content with the previous content. You have to play the previous content, but the problem is they've gated that by making you play in the new difficulty to access the new content. And while there is a mode that let you play without having to worry about that, it basically makes the game super easy mode. And I'd rather just play the game the way it was meant to be played, like the base game.
Yeah, same here. All right. Anything else on that break?
No.
All right.
No, I'm offended by this game now and all that bullshit that Eric just talked about.
I'm offended by that, but you know what I'm not offended by is Triangle Strategy surpasses 1 million units worldwide. This comes to us from RPGsite.net. So, wow. Square Enix previously announced that the strategy RPG had reached almost 800,000 in March of 2022. The sales update comes about 2 months after a PC port released in October. Contextually, that puts Triangle Strategy at a similar sales rate to that of Bravely Default 2, which also reached 1 million units after a delayed PC release. The next HD 2D game from Square Enix Sano team is Octopath Traveler 2, set to release next February. Square Enix recently detailed the 5th and 6th Travelers. So that's actually really good news. It says that the RPG genre is going strong, regardless of what people think, and especially for a game called Triangle Strategy. I mean, that's outstanding. 1 million units. That must mean that game is really, really, really good. So
I hope that Square Enix gets the hint that we want Final Fantasy Tactics. Hint, Square
yeah.
Enix.
Like an update, right? Like a brand new, like if they did, yeah,
yes.
Of course. All right, Eric, next story, please.
Next story is Glimmer and Mirror, which is a 2D side-scrolling action game, which is launching in early access for PC on January 10th, and it will remain in there for about a year. And so, if you don't want to play a game that's in an early access state, you can always just wait until next year.
Like I said, it sort of has a similar art style to like Child of Light. I've talked.
I'm
about
saying
that.
next year because I've kind of already acknowledged that it's already 2023.
Yeah. It's. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we can all acknowledge that. Like, I mean, it's what 2 days away from 2023. But yeah, it's got a very similar art style to like Child of Light, maybe a little bit of Ghibli thrown in there for good measure. Not much gameplay, but I mean, it does look nice. Very, very visually pleasing type game. So if you're interested in getting this, I mean, I don't do PC gaming, but I mean, I would most definitely play this on the PlayStation.
It looks like a less dour version of Ender Lilies.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Glimmer and Mirror. It looks interesting at the very least. So I hope it gets enough traction to get us some, console ports at the very least. All right, Breakman, you're up next.
Coming to us live from Gamatsu, Silent Hill: The Short Massage, rated for PS5 and 1. Oh, my bad, I read that wrong. That stage.
That's a completely different game there, Breakman.
Yeah, that's my bad. I misread that.
I don't think you misread that. You fantasized
I'm
about
almost,
that.
Positive that Glimmer and Mirror will get a console release after the early access period, though.
Yeah,
so.
Most likely. Short message. Anything else on this?
No, not really.
All right.
We don't have anything on it. We just get a glimpse of it. That's it.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
We get the title screen, basically.
But at the very least, Konami is starting to do Silent Hill stuff again. I mean, that's something to be.
Cross your fingers, Castlevania.
I know, Castlevania, for sure. I just can't believe that they can't get a real like live action, like non-scrolling Castlevania game right, man. I know they tried on the PS2 with that. What the hell was that game called? But it was a complete failure. Maybe it was on the PS3. I don't know, but
the Lords of Shadows game.
Yeah, that one. It was terrible. But how come they can't get it right? I mean, it's so
the
dumb.
weird thing is this game wasn't a part of the previous Silent Hill direct that Konami did.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if this is one of the previously announced games with a solid name now.
Yeah. All right. All right, I get to do the final story, guys, from Gamatsu. Final story of 2022. We Are the Caretakers launches January 6th, 2023 for Xbox Series and the PC. And then as for the previously announced Xbox One version, Heart-Shaped Games told Gamatsu the Xbox One version is unlikely to be available at launch. We want to make sure it's optimized before it releases. We're focused on Steam 1.0 and Xbox Series in the short term. See, the only reason people worry about like previous gen versions is because the amount of money they can make off of previous gen versions. You know what I mean? So this is a little different. They're kind of using, they're basically saying, maybe, kind of, So there you go. I don't even know what this game is. Let me see. Do we have it? Oh, we do have a trailer here. Let's take a look at this. Let me do this, and then we'll fast forward a little bit because otherwise, come on. Let's get to the gameplay here. All right, it looks like a strategy game. Par for the course strategy game where you have all. What's different? It looks like is it looks like it has a like the enemies are on the screen type thing, so you're you can see what's going on. Looks very minimalistic. I don't know. Thinking is evolved. Frank is out. Yeah, definitely. I'm not one for any type of thinking in video games. Break, which is why I should probably play for more first-person shooters. I'm kidding. So there's the news for you guys. Real quick. News update for y'all this week, which I kind of like short news weeks like that. So homie discounts, the new games for January. Did we announce those last week, Eric? I think we did.
Yeah, we did for Sony, but not for Xbox.
Okay, what are the Xbox ones?
The Xbox games for gold are Iris Fall and Autonauts.
God, that's so weak, man. So weak. Like, that's one thing. Like, Xbox
Iris Falls sounds interesting, but I don't know. It sounds like it caters to a very specific audience. And an audience that may or may not be aware of its existence to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to play Autonauts, but I was going to wait till it's available for free. No one's doing that.
Yeah. I mean, if you compare like Plus to Gold, I mean Plus wins every time. But if you compare Game Pass to what Sony's offering, Game Pass fucking kills it, man. I think in the end, I think Xbox is gonna win that war. I mean, Sony's gonna have to do something pretty spectacular to catch up.
Stop calling it a war. Can't companies just do their thing?
I know, but they make it like that all the time, Breakman. I wish I could, but it's not.
But it is war because when you're Microsoft. You apparently their goal is to win and have a monopoly over everything.
Yes, that's the goal.
And they do this through purchasing companies and exclusivity deals.
See, I go back and forth, Breakman.
Microsoft's not the only one doing that, though.
Now Sony's trying to do it in order to like show more interest in its console, even though it's done everything to alienate its user base at this
See,
point.
I go back and forth on these companies, Breakman. Like with Microsoft, like I'm kind of pissed that they bought Blizzard and all these. They're trying to buy every big fucking company out there, and that's not the way it should be.
They haven't bought Activision Blizzard yet, but
it's close and it's gonna happen one way or another.
I don't know. I mean, the FTC is definitely doing stuff.
Yeah, they're not. Dude, I know how this goes.
It's got to go through a trial process. It'll probably take years, and until then, they're just going to go ahead and move forward with it like they are a company.
So that's why I'm saying I go back and forth. Like I'm all pissed off at
most. I could see them, not being able to fully control the company, but owning several amount of shares.
Look, I go back and forth because what Microsoft is doing, I think, is pretty egregious, and I know the FTC kind of stepped in there, but they never do anything. They always allow it in one form or fashion. So I have no doubt that this sale is going to go through, right? So, then I'm like, okay, Sony. I mean, go Sony, right? I'm all fucking let Sony kick their ass, in different things. And then I'm like, Sony does a lot of the same fucking things. So what, like, I mean, one day it's gonna be Sony's gonna go to Microsoft and say we want to purchase your Xbox division, or most likely Sony's gonna be like we want to purchase
I don't know if
PlayStation.
they'll have the money to ever do that.
You don't think Microsoft has the money to buy Sony now? The
Sony
entire
have
company?
money to buy Microsoft.
Not Microsoft, but their gaming division. They certainly have enough money, no doubt.
I could definitely see Microsoft selling off their gaming division if they have to. Like,
Yes.
they've had to sell off properties. They've had to split into other companies before, and then of course they just bought those companies back up years later. But that's not the point. But I mean, it's happened before. They've had to by government official or government rule.
Yeah. Skodoma says my sweeto is I ordered a Game Boy Advance off eBay and it went to the wrong address, but it somehow still reached me in the mail. That's weird but cool.
Do you have mail redirect or something?
Maybe. Freak 5, what's up, man? Nice to have you in there in the last show of the year. The backlit one, I think that's the SP. Yep. That's the best one, man. That is, the backlit ones were really, really good. And there were some
right here.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
Good game we got in here. Dr. Mario and Puzzle League. Yeah, Mrs. Breakman plays it more than I do, obviously.
Yeah. That is one of the greatest systems ever, man. That SP was badass, man. I like the 3DS quite a bit, to be honest with you guys. I think it's really, really good, but, whatever. Okay, so let's move on. Breakman, do we have anything for you?
No.
All right. How sad. We end the year.
No, it's not nice.
It's not nice at all.
Stuff. My feelings are something.
I know. All right, let's move on to this.
Inquiring minds want to know.
What have you been playing, Break?
I have had a bloodbath of a week this week. All blood and gore games. Friday the 13th. A little bit of that, not as much as I've been playing, and I'll explain that one later. But so not as much as that one. But I've been playing a couple of new games, a couple of games I bought. One of them is a throwback to the 90s, early 2000s, on the PC genre when a little game came out, kind of changed racing, because racing games at that point had been all racing, and every once in a while there's a Twisted Metal and stuff like that. But then Carmageddon came out, and you could run people over and wreck your other cars and stuff like that. And I didn't know they remade it and brought it out on the Xbox. But I've been playing that a lot, and I will be playing that more because it's fucking Carmageddon. And you talk about turning your brain off and stuff. Yeah, that's me. Carmageddon. I'm like, yes.
That's a great game for that, Break. Yeah.
Run. Oh, get him. Must get him.
Carmageddon, man, that brings me way back, man. That's like a PS1 game, isn't it?
I had it on a computer. I don't know if it was on PlayStation or not. I played it on PC with a keyboard. It's interesting playing it with like an actual controller. Like, whoa, like I can actually do turns and stuff. Oh, crazy.
Crazy being able to turn in a game like that. Yeah.
So I'll be playing a lot more of that because I fucking love Carmageddon, and they've added new modes and shit, and obviously it's 3D updated, and I haven't tried playing it online. Because I think probably at this point, because I think the game came out like several years ago. Like anybody playing it now is going to whoop my ass bad.
You know what would be a game that would shock everybody is if Rockstar would come up with a bird's eye GTA game. If they did that would fucking break the internet.
It's more likely to happen though.
What?
They'll include that kind of mode in GTA 6 as like an Easter egg.
Oh my god, that would be so
I
good.
could see doing that, yeah.
That would be so good.
Like one of the characters gets high, and that's just the gameplay for like 10 minutes or whatever.
That's funny, man.
I think they're probably listening to the show right now. Like, we gotta do this now. Huh?
Yeah, because we all know Rockstar listens to our show intently every week.
The listeners, I know, I'm telling you.
I mean, this is the number one show of its kind.
Well, if they're listening, then please don't make your employees do crunch.
Yeah, we don't need that mode if it involves crunch, guys. Like, seriously. None of that.
So anyway, back to my blood-soaked week.
Yes.
The other game I'm playing was I asked you guys for recommendations last week.
Yes.
And you recommended Demon Souls.
Yes.
What was the other? You recommended 2 other games. Let me see what they were.
What were
I
they?
gotta go double check on this. You recommended or Dark Souls. I'm sorry, Dark
Yeah.
Souls. The Wolfenstein Collection, which I found out is actually on Game Pass, so I didn't need to get it. Dragon's Dogma, and
Yes.
the game called Blasphemous.
Yes. Yes.
I went and go ahead and bought all 3 of them, and thank you for recommending Blasphemous. Fucking hell, it's so hard but so fun.
It's really fun, man. It is a hard
And I do
game.
not understand the story one goddamn bit, but I'm still enjoying myself.
Yeah. It's an obtuse game for sure. Break, but man, is that game ever good? It's really good.
I love the little touches of like the executions. They go into detail of it. Like
Yeah.
like one a guy like tries to whoop him with a wheel, and he stops him and he pushes the wheel back over on him and squishes him.
Yeah.
You know.
Dude, that's a retro style game done right, right? We
Yes.
talk a lot about that
If
here.
you like that, you'll probably like The Last Night too.
Yeah. This is
But
good.
one of my favorite executions is he gets him down on their knees. He puts his sword down and like puts his arms on each side of their neck and just rips their head off.
Yeah.
And they do this in like detail too. Like this looks like a Super Nintendo game, but with a lot more like animation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really good, man. That's a great
It's a
pickup. Man.
Metroidvania that's a lot harder and a lot bloodier than any I've played.
Yeah. Well, you should try playing fucking Salt and Sanctuary, man. That game's fucking hard as hell, man. Fuck. And it's pretty bloody too, just like that. It's in that same vein, but
Thanks.
good stuff. What else you been playing, Break?
So yes, thank you for recommending Blasphemous. I am definitely going to be playing more of that. A lot more of that. I'll be playing that all the way through, and I'll be doing that with Carmageddon too. But Blasphemous, it's like I've been playing like I start playing it, and somebody's like, "You want to do something else?"
No.
What?
What? No.
No, I'm busy. I'll talk to you later. What's that?
Yeah.
It's bedtime. Yep. You gotta go now. Go where? To work, you idiot. You've been playing all night. Oh, okay.
I know you go to work with no sleep, man. I'm fuck.
Just sitting at the desk all day. Blasphemous.
Ripping people's heads off.
Right.
Oh man, that's funny. Anything else you've been playing, Break?
No, I've been playing a
All right.
bunch, man.
Freak 5 says, I was thinking earlier this week what a Lemmings remake would be cool. That would be cool, Freak 5.
They did a Lemmings on mobile, which is not good.
Yeah.
Just
Scotoma says like StarCraft. Yeah.
I love StarCraft.
Yeah. All right, Eric, what you been playing, man?
I've been playing more of the Valis collection, just bit by bit, and I'm playing more of Chain Echoes. I finally beat that game and got the max gamer score for that.
Awesome.
So I should have a review of that and whatever tomorrow because I couldn't get to it this week. And I took Break's PSN gift cards and I wanted to buy Valkyrie Profile, but then I remembered Valkyrie Elysium was not only on sale as the digital deluxe edition, but the digital deluxe edition also comes with Valkyrie Profile Lenneth. So I just bought that instead, and now I got Lenneth for free.
Nice.
So I've been playing that, and I went into Bloodborne because I felt like playing Bloodborne, and I asked Twitter to determine what kind of build I should do for the run. Nobody responded, so I just decided to do a skill.
Oh my bad.
build.
I didn't see your tweeter. I would have. I'm sorry.
Well, I didn't start a skill only. I started with strength because the weapon I wanted to pick would be an axe because I was gonna get the saw spear anyways, and I'm gonna play with just main the saw spear.
Bloodborne.
But I'll probably gravitate towards like the Blades of Mercy as a secondary weapon.
Bloodborne is an all-time great game. I really wish that Break had a PlayStation because I think even though I fucking throw my controller every time I play Bloodborne, it is literally one of the greatest games I've ever played.
The first run through of ever I did for that game. This is my second pure run through a new game. I just ended up gravitating towards the Ludwig Holy Blade and just used that to kill everything.
Look, I'm a Mega Man fan. I'm okay with games.
And that probably made that experience harder though, because I can't DPS as much with the Ludwig. I mean, the Ludwig is just almost pure power, and the weapon's slow and it's harder to well. So I have to. So I'm basically relearning how to play fast now that I've taken all the knowledge I built from that game. I'm much better at parrying than I was back then.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Anything else you've been playing, Eric?
But I want to talk more about Bloodborne a bit. But some people say that they just want a 60 FPS patch, and that's all they want. But I think we need a remake because it gives a developer the chance to fix some of that game's balance issues that still remain. Because in the process of its various updates, certain weapons got nerfed when they shouldn't have been because they were nerfed too hard to the point of uselessness. And there's just a bunch of other weapons that could have been viable but aren't because their stats are garbage. And there's no respec option, and it could use a couple other quality of life changes that a remake could provide.
I'd be happy with the 60 FPS patch, Eric. I'm being honest, man. That game.
I mean, I would be, but I'd rather there be a remake at this point.
Yeah, well, not gonna happen. But I honestly, I really, really would like just the 60 FPS patch. I mean, that would make that game so much easier to play. And with no frame pacing issues. You know what I'm saying, Eric? Like let's do it right. If they gave me that, I'd be happy with that.
Well, even 60 FPS can have bad frame pacing, so it needs good frame pacing.
That's what I said. That good frame pacing.
But that good frame pacing means probably remaking the game, though. I mean, 60 FPS doesn't guarantee that it will be good. I mean, it's just when you have 60 FPS, you have enough overhead that you can probably avoid that.
I think for that game, it would guarantee it would be good, Eric, because
because it's only 1080. It's only 1080p.
Yes, it's not 4K, and also I watched that guy that did it. He's the one that actually, and he played it, and it looked.
Although
fucking...
I think initially he had to force the resolution back down to 720 to make his 60 FPS patch work.
I don't think so. I think he did it he finally got it to 1080p. And that's fine. I'll take that. That's, fuck. I mean, if that guy can do it, I mean, with no money, I mean, then obviously From Software could do it with their money. They're flush with money now. So, I mean, a remake would be cool, Eric. I wouldn't mind it. A PS5 remake.
Well, I mean, if they did a remaster, they probably could also do any of those things too. But
yeah.
Because, you could probably do that with the base PS4 game. It would just require a title update, and From Software's moved on from it, so they won't do it.
How dare you, Breakman, talk shit about me?
So either a remaster or a remake is necessary, I think, at this point.
No, I
don't think they're going to take the time to do a title update just to make it run 60 FPS.
Well, I mean, it would be worth it for me. I mean, that would make me, that would compel me to play Bloodborne more. Because I think a part of my problem is that beginning area is fucking hard as fucking hell.
Also,
hell to get
the game could use some more options like individual volume settings.
Yeah, that's true too. No, I if they gave me 60 frames and the pacing was on point, I think I'd be happy with that.
And some of the text is small too, so
Bloodborne to me is probably a top 5 greatest game ever made. Like, period. Like, it's that great because
I mean, compared to other Souls games, it's easy to read the text, but it's still kind of thin.
It's Bloodborne to me is the most detailed game I think I've ever played. Period. And that goes for Elden Ring too, because I played a little bit of Elden as well, and Bloodborne is even way more detailed. Like, everything in that game means something, and it's just awesome. It's an awesome game. But all right, anything else that you've been playing, Eric?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's move on.
RPGrinders reviews.
Breakman, do you have any reviews? Looks like
I have several reviews.
Looks like you have several reviews here. Good.
Yes.
Let's go.
I've been watching some movies this week. It's the holidays, There's I don't have any kids, so I have time to play video games and watch shit, And in the interest of trying to watch everything HBO has before they get rid of all of it, because we know they will, I've been trying to catch up on the DC stuff. This isn't DC, but I'm going to go ahead and tell them in the order of, not that I watched them, but in the order of quality. I'm going to start from the worst to the least worst.
Okay.
Back in I think the early '80s, there was a movie that came out in the holiday season that now is out. They show every single year. It involves a lamp.
It's a Wonderful Life?
Lamp.
No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
No, that one. No, not that one. No, let me see. There's a Chinese dinner. There's the Santa Claus that kicks him in the face, which is my favorite part every time. I kind of want to turn it off when I get to the racist moment back at the Chinese restaurant. But it's probably most famous for the Red Rifle BB gun. You know.
Yeah.
Oh, Christmas Story you're thinking of.
Yeah, Christmas Story. The Christmas Story has had 2 sequels up until this point.
Two?
Well, there was an official sequel to it, which was happened in the summertime, and I think it was completely different actors and stuff, but it was the same like it was Ralph and his parents and stuff on summer vacation. And then there was like I think a direct-to-video sequel came out like 10 years ago or something like that. But now they have an official sequel to it called A Christmas Story Christmas. Basically, they tried to recapture the quote-unquote magic of the original and sort of retelling it now. It's based in the 70s now because Ralphie's, I guess he's 40 or something, because it's the same actor. Mm-hmm. And it has a lot of his friends and a lot of the people from the first movie are in it. And they like try and redo a lot of the weird things that kind of clicked in the first movie. But in the first movie, he was a kid. So when he's imagining things like having like a shootout and stuff, like an Old West shootout, like, okay, like he's a kid and like we get it. And if you watch it as an adult, like he's a piece of shit kid. He's a bad kid. Like he didn't deserve to be rewarded at Christmas. Like he's a little asshole, man. Like selling out his friends and shit.
I've never seen that movie ever. Christmas Story. Okay. Yeah.
Well, the Christmas Story, the original was good. Like I said, there's that racist scene at the end with the Chinese restaurant. But up until then, it was pretty good. But I've seen it so many times that I'm just like over it. And the remake of it tries to be funny, tries to recapture that magic, and it just can't in any way. It fails miserably, as Miss Breakman just said. she's adding her comments from the distance. It's not funny in any way.
Tell her to not waste her time with The Walking Dead, by the way, because it sucks. But that's...
Yeah, shut up. We're not talking about that. It's later. But just don't waste your time with Christmas Story Christmas, even if you have kids. I can't imagine kids even enjoying this movie. It was abysmal in every single way.
What are you giving it, man? I'm curious.
I want to give it a 2 out of 10.
Okay.
Because it works. It's not broken in any way. Like the film doesn't cut out on you, so it's not like a 0 score or 1. But
yeah.
So I give it a 2. And I'll move on to the next next worst movie I saw this week. People have been telling me this is a terrible movie for a long time, and I know why now. There are definitely a lot of reasons it's a terrible movie. I'm going to go ahead and tell you the score. I think 3.5 is the score I'm going to give, 3.5 to 4. So this movie is in the DC universe. A person, a military head, recruits a bunch of people to go on a quote-unquote mission for her, a quote-unquote suicide mission for her. Yeah. Wow. I don't know where to begin with this one. The terrible costumes, the happy feel-good story that they're like. These are supposed to be like the worst villains, like Killer Croc and shit, who has one of the worst costumes I've ever seen.
Are you talking about Suicide Squad now, aren't you?
Yes, Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Yes. Will Smith and the others. I don't know the other people in it really.
Yeah. You should have watched the Suicide Squad instead.
Yeah, that's a much better
I've never
movie.
seen I've never seen Suicide Squad, so I watched that, and it's like the first one in the series. So I
kind of don't need to though, because it kind of doesn't really acknowledge it.
Okay. Well, anyway, so they make these villains out to be like a gang of heroes, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Like they kind of missed the total point of the Suicide Squad. You know,
Yeah.
like these are supposed to be people that are going against not doing what they want to do, and at the end of the movie, they're talking about like these are my family and stuff. Like Captain Boomerang and Harlequin, like stuff like that. These are people that aren't gonna get along normally, but by the end of this movie, like they're all friends and shit, and it was just really weird. Um, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that
Like I
movie
said, I
sucked.
already gave you my score of it. The reason I gave it like instead of like a 3 or lower is because it has a fucking fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck was up with that? Like, there's Eminem and CCR on the soundtrack, and I'm just like, what the? Like, this is badass music. Why are they putting it to this movie?
Well, it's like there's been lots of movies like that that have great soundtracks, but the
You
movie
just
sucked.
get you distract from the fact that it's actually a garbage movie.
Yeah,
It's
true.
like when you miss the entire point of the Suicide Squad. The only character I thought they got right was Amanda Waller, which I like. I liked what they did with her. Like, but like Harlequin, like that's not Harlequin. She didn't act
No.
like Harlequin at all, even slightly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And the Joker just never loved Harley Quinn.
Nope.
You know, like he loves her like he loves like he can love anybody. He's a sociopath. He doesn't love anybody.
Yeah, as much
You know,
as he
she
can
was just a
use her.
toy to him.
Yeah, as
What's
much
that?
as he can use her. Yep. Yep.
Right. She was always just a toy to him. But in this movie, he's in love with her. Like there's no question about it. Like he goes to rescue her and all this. He rescues her twice. You know, which
I hated that
Joker
movie.
would do that if it would serve his interest. The real Joker. And that was his. What was up with his costume? Like, what the fuck? I don't understand that one either. And then, of course, Batflick was in it. And, you know,
Batflick.
So 3.5, just because you had a great soundtrack. So I don't completely hate you. The next one kind of teeters between a 4 and a 5, just depending on how my mood is. This one actually just came out, and it was reviewed by Eric last week. Black Adam.
Oh.
Where do I start with this one? Okay, I'll start with the costumes in this one were actually decent.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give them that. Some of the characters were completely meaningless, though. Why were they in the movie at all?
Like Adam Smasher, like
Yeah,
why is he there?
Why is he even in this movie? And again, I think they sort of missed the point of Black Adam, you know, as a character. Like they try and make him like the kind of ambiguous and stuff like that. And honestly, I prefer the angrier, darker Black Adam version as opposed to like this was more of the neutral, like good version of Black Adam, which is okay because he does that in the comic. He switches sides a lot, but I just there's no substance to it. Like there was no villain really to root against.
Also, Black Adam has like 0 personality.
Yeah, and you can tell I'm not really enjoying the movie when they drop jokes and it's like, oh, I was supposed to laugh there, wasn't I?
Yeah, not to mention that there's several sections of the movie that are like thematically appropriately placed music.
Yeah, and they love the slow motion shots and the freeze shots. And oh my god, the movie is probably like a half hour of just those.
I saw the beginning of Black Adam and I was not impressed with what I saw. Yeah.
You there's no reason to be impressed. Like I said, the thing they got right was the costumes. Like the Black Adam suit he's wearing at the end, like that was like, okay, that's good. And the Fate outfit was really good, but just
I think Scotoma says it best. He says it was all right. Could have been better. Could have been worse. You know.
With The Rock, you would expect more.
And I would thought that Cyclone's powers would be, you know, more like on the level of Tsubaki's from fucking One Punch Man's. But no, she's like weak as hell in this.
Yeah, and her powers look cool from a distance, but every time they zoomed in on them, it looked like weak ass TV special effects and shit. Like, oh, come on, man, back out of that. But just the Rock wasn't. I mean, which is okay that he wasn't like his normal self, like the kind of Rock we expected. He just wasn't really that likable, you know. Like his personality was absolutely dead for the most part, and it was just like, okay, I'm kind of bored with this one. So like, just say between 4 and a 5, and the last movie I saw, also really liked the freeze frames and the slow mo shots. But I think it actually got the character right. The main character right, not really any of the other characters in the movie, but the main character right. And that would be the Birds of Prey movie. They finally got Harley Quinn right, and then they screwed up everybody else.
Well, to be fair, they don't have much time to develop anyways.
No,
So-
they don't. They really don't develop much of anything with any of the other characters, right? But her, like, they finally let her act like Harley Quinn, like the crazy person who's going to do unexpected shit just to do unexpected shit, you know. Unlike this version of her that was in the first movie, it's like, what? Like, I've had dates that are more crazy than her. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's funny.
And this one I kind of enjoyed. This is the only one of the 4 movies I'd actually watch again. The other ones, I'm like, if they're on, I'm changing the channel. If Birds of Prey's on and I can't reach the remote, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll watch this, you know. Or if Black Adam's on and I can't reach the remote, I'm fucking, I gotta get up. I'm getting up.
And what are you doing if A Christmas Story Christmas comes on?
Breaking the TV. Right?
Breaking the TV.
Deserves. And I'm gonna send them the bill. HBO and the makers of that movie, like, you fuckers, you fucked my TV. We didn't put the remote at. You made the shit that made me want to throw the remote at it. It's your fault.
Oh man, that's funny. What are you giving Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey also had an okay soundtrack, kind of better than the Christmas Story or Black Adam. Not as good as Suicide Squad, but there were some good songs in there, like Barracuda. I'm like, okay, I like this, and they did a good job with Harley Quinn herself as character. The rest of the movie was kind of like, okay. It felt like the
felt more like a pilot for the rest of the Birds of Prey, and they used Harley Quinn as a jumping board for it, but they didn't dedicate enough time to the actual Birds of Prey.
Yeah, they did not. Like, yeah.
It was, and also the Harley Quinn show came out not long after that, so it was probably more of a pilot for the Harley Quinn show than that.
Yeah, and we see her actually doing like bad things and being a criminal for the first time, like unlike the first movie. But the one of the big differences that made this one more watchable is this one actually had a villain. The villain in Black Adam, who cared?
I want to see Black Adam versus
Random
Shazam.
dude.
Yeah, and Suicide Squad, it was the Enchantress, right? And her random demon dude. You know?
Yeah.
It was, and oh god, they wasted Enchantress.
Cartoon DC movies are great, though. Skodoma says, I agree.
Yeah,
The DC movie, the DC cartoon.
The cartoon movies blow the live action ones out of the.
Oh yeah, no doubt, man.
There's still some stinkers though.
There are some stinkers, but for the most part, they're good.
Yeah, and I watched 4 this week.
All right, so
Like,
what are you giving Birds of
The
Prey?
only one that's really even watchable to me was Birds of Prey, and that's. I mean, there's actually a villain in it for one reason, and there are some funny moments. Like, it's kind of like the quote unquote poor man's version of, say, Deadpool, a much superior movie.
Mm.
Like, it kind of goes with that, like, you know, unpredictability of the character kind of thing, you know, and that character's narrating the entire movie. Oh, I did like Flashpoint Paradox, yeah.
That's a great movie, Skodoma. Flashpoint Paradox. It's a great movie.
I like the Thomas Wayne Batman, like that extra dark Batman that's really just like borderline, barely still a superhero. Like he's almost like as bad as the criminals he's fighting.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And in this case, I think he is probably maybe even worse than he's fighting.
I like how he's like rich, but he's like not super rich because he only owns casinos now.
Right.
So he gets a shitty plane for them to fly in.
Yeah, so those are my reviews. You guys got any reviews?
I think I do, but what did you give Birds of Prey, Break?
I'm gonna say 6.
Okay, that's fair. It's
Just
above
because
average.
I thought because they got they got the main character right, but the rest of I'm gonna say 5.5.
Okay, that's still above
Yeah,
average.
I'm going 5.5.
Okay. I'm gonna do a retro review because I don't think I've ever reviewed this movie, and the reason that I watched this movie is because Bernie and I want to go to the theaters to see the sequel, and that's Avatar. And I think everybody and their mother has seen Avatar, right? Like it's a movie that's pretty universally watched. I mean, if anything, it's kind of a milk toast movie. It's not. The plot is not great. It's basically about.
Dance with the Wolves.
Oh God, that movie sucks. I hate that.
Mm.
I liked Avatar. Okay, Breakman. It's not as boring as what you think upon further review. Like it's got interesting themes, and the thing about that movie is the visual spectacle, right? Like there's no.
Yeah, that was the only thing that was good about the original was like this. Like the visuals are really great, but the story was like I've seen the story done before and I've seen it done better.
Yeah, I agree. That I mean, but it wasn't done horribly.
Yeah,
and
it was. I thought it was. I did not enjoy Avatar.
I liked Avatar, but look, there's some observations I want to make about this movie. Like James Cameron is not the greatest director in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Like I watched this movie again, and what did he do in this movie? Like there was no other than handling.
I feel like he's only a good director when he's got a good team that can keep it under control.
Like
he's good at getting the right cast.
Look, Aliens was a great movie. The Abyss was pretty good.
Casting, like I'm saying, that's what I think he's best at is casting.
Well, I mean, those movies are pretty good in my opinion, right? Like, and Terminator 2, obviously one of the greatest movies ever.
And Titanic, Mrs. Breakman has to add Titanic.
Titanic sucks. I don't care what anybody says.
She hates you. She wants
what about True Lies?
I agree with you.
True Lies is good. True Lies is a good movie.
Love True Lies. True Lies was good.
Titanic is one of the most overrated piece of shit movies I've ever seen. It sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked.
Even side boob couldn't help it.
Well, no, there was full on boob. You see, yep, full boobs.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't think
Titanic should have been on our list of worst movies ever made.
It'll be on our next list. We do.
Yeah, that should because we definitely could do another list, but Titanic is up there. But anyways, Avatar is like I said, it's milk toast, right? There's nothing offensive about that movie.
I heard they do the exact same plot in the second movie.
Well, I want to watch the second movie because of the spectacle, right?
I'll watch it, but when it gets hit on Disney Plus or something.
I'm
not going to the theaters to see that.
I want to see it in the theater because
especially
I think
for as long as it is, I want to just be able to take breaks.
Yeah, for me, I want to see it in the theater because that to me, like that's the way to watch that movie, right? I remember watching Avatar in the theater with 3D glasses, and I was amazed. It was to me it was an experience, So this is going to be no different. But the story aside, I mean, basically the reason I wanted to do it was basically a referendum on James Cameron, and he's not as good a director as what people say. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed Terminator 2. I really liked Aliens, obviously. He had an eye for that type of movie, but these grandiose visual effects movies, like that's the attraction to him, not his directing, like at all. So I don't know. I rather enjoyed it. I think I give it a 6.5 out of 10. I think it's worth watching. I think it's a part of movie history that is definitely worth taking note of. So that's my opinion. So I think that's.
I have to read this. Scodeman chat said Titanic is funny. The way she let him go in the water, hilarious.
I know there was enough room for both of them on that damn thing. Like what the fuck, man? Like
was he worried that he hogged space or something?
Oh God, I don't know.
I think it's funny. Even the cast is like, yeah, he could have fit on there. Like they talk about the movie, like Kate Winslet. You talk about the movie, she's like, yeah, he could have fit.
Scotimus says Slumberland is a cool movie I watched with my boys. I'll have to check that out.
Stop defending it. You know it's true.
Oh my God, is Mrs. Brake defending Titanic?
Yes, she loves Titanic.
God, that movie sucks, man.
You're
Barfarama.
gonna fight here. Would you stop, please?
I know. I'm gonna stop, man, before I get you in trouble, Brake, man. All right, Eric, your reviews, man. What you got?
Love you.
I love you.
Love you. Yeah, she said she likes the lore of Titanic, not the movie itself, but like
I like the lore. Look,
she likes the movie too, but she's really into the
here in
Titanic.
Denver, there's a very famous person that was on the Titanic, Molly Brown. There's the Molly Brown house here. That shit is infinitely fun to explore and stuff like. But the movie, blah. Anyways, all right, Eric, your reviews, please.
Do you want Glass Onion or 007 No Time to Die?
007, let's do it.
Okay, 007 No Time to Die is the final Daniel Craig Bond movie. And it might be the last Bond movie for quite some time until they figure out what to do with the series, because stuff happens in the movie that makes it pretty final. I felt like this is the movie that feels, of all the modern Daniel Craig Bond movies, this feels the most in line with what you've come to know in the Bond films.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are very different tone, and while it still has that tone, it underscores a lot of some of the features and quirks that you see in like the older ones.
I'm guessing you're meaning like crazy gadgets.
Not just crazy gadgets, but like weird quips that feel out of place, but or like cheesy one-liners. I mean,
is there a weird villain?
There's not a lot of cheesy one-liners, and I wouldn't say there's a weird villain, but he's kind of like a cross between Blofeld from the previous films, but also Dr. No a little.
Okay.
And it does finish on an island just like Dr. No.
I really like Casino Royale. That's my favorite Daniel Craig Bond movie. I like his run as Bond. I don't know. I don't know why people had such a hard time with it, man. I thought it was great, but whatever.
But it's a direct sequel to Spectre.
Yeah, Spectre was pretty good too.
But kind of like how Quantum Solace was a direct sequel to Casino Royale, and Shadow and Skyfall is just like a movie in between those other four movies, and it doesn't really have anything to do with the other ones. But it also, I think the only reason it was made is to close out Judi Dench's role as M. But anyways, it's a Bond movie, and it's pretty long, so it's nearly 3 hours. So I feel like it's the longest Bond movie I've seen in the modern series, because I don't think they've been like close to 3 hours. I think they've been always like 2 to 2.5, depending on the film. But I feel like the first 30 minutes of the movie is a slow start. But if you liked all the Bond movies up to this point with Daniel Craig, you'll really enjoy this one. Especially since Quantum Solace, because I feel like that was the weakest one.
Yeah, Quantum Solace was definitely the weakest of the bunch.
Which is, to be fair to the film, it's hard to do when Quantum of Solace was based on a short story to begin with. So they kind of had to make a very, very loose adaptation of what happened in that story.
Freak 5 says he's never seen Titanic. Don't bother, Freak 5.
I'm not necessarily sure if No Time to Die is based on one of his novels or not, but or even another short story, but I think it's a fitting end to Daniel Craig's tenure as the character.
I think we need to take Freak 5's man card.
The only thing I didn't like was I think that 007's replacement could have had more screen time and relevance to the plot. They kind of were just there as a support character, and it's kind of gross that they just relegated her to the sidelines mostly.
Well, it's about Daniel Craig in these movies, right, Eric?
Like a white man has to take the role again. So, and I don't think they're gonna, reproach that idea with her within the new Bond movies, because they have a chance to just make a 007 movie with her being the role, but it sounds like they're probably not going to do that, because they eventually they're gonna have to make original films that don't have anything to do with the novels or short stories that Ian Fleming wrote. So, I'm giving this movie an 8.5.
Yeah, that's fair. I think we should take Freak Five's man card away from him. He's never seen a Bond movie.
I think that requires a man card.
I know, man. Damn. Like, I've never met anybody that's never seen a Bond movie, ever. That's like...
there's so many of them. It's hard. It's like you trip over a channel. There's flipping channels and there's a Bond movie on because there's so many goddamn ones of them, you know?
And there's,
Like,
I mean, they're
just walk down the street, trip, and there's a Bond movie in front of you.
Yeah, they're hit and miss, but I like them for the most part, you know? I mean...
But Glass Onion, the sequel to Knives Out, which features Daniel Craig, another Daniel Craig movie that I watched today, with a Foghorn Leghorn Southern accent, which is hilarious.
Well, that does sound funny, actually. Yeah.
But unlike the first movie,
Break.
unlike the first movie that had a story about a bunch of rich white assholes trying to basically shut out a person of color. It's about a bunch of rich assholes who are fake as shit, just like Elon Musk. And there is an Elon Musk-like character named Miles Braun.
In fairness, are there any super rich people that aren't assholes? I mean, honestly.
No, but like, you know, they're kind of like just like the first cast of the first movie, but like that amplified by about 10.
Skodoma. I found a Bond movie in the
Depending on
couch
the
cushions.
character itself. One of them is David Bautista's character, who's like a total MRI jackass. Who's doing the live streaming shit. But it's about a person of color who started up this company with the Miles Braun character, and then was eventually cut out. But then he got his whole group together that they used to create this company to begin with, to do a murder mystery game, and they all hate each other. So there's the reason that one of the murders happens. They all suspect each other and stuff like that, because like the fake murder mystery ends up becoming a real murder mystery. So, and it's not who you think it was who dies. But this movie, I wouldn't say it's better. I'd say it's about just as good, maybe a little bit better, because it really leans even harder into the rich people are assholes than the first movie did. So it's just a little bit better. So I'm gonna give it a 9.
All right, cool. Hey, I want to look. We're having a debate here. I want to ask Bernie. Bernie, Freak Five says Kate Winslet's boobs aren't that great. I happen to think that they're pretty great. What do you think, Bernie?
Let me get my glasses on.
Oh, she's got to get her glasses on for this.
I can't even remember who Kate Winslet is. I'm bad with celebrities.
Titanic.
And again,
You like them and Freak hates
I'm
them.
so apathetic
right?
to the lives of celebrities that I don't even bother remembering them.
Freak says they're not that great.
They're nice.
They're very nice. I like
Perky
them.
and they're natural. And they're not like saggy.
Nice nipples. I mean, they're pretty good. They're pretty good.
You can tell she's getting excited by little Leonardo.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't get excited by
I didn't.
Leonardo? Really?
I didn't like him until he got older.
Oh,
When I was younger, people
Yeah,
used to
I
tell me I
remember.
look like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Well, you're real hot, though.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Mm,
All right, from a woman's perspective, you're wrong, Freak Five. They're pretty great. So,
What?
there you go.
Now, what did you say?
Who's the other person talking?
Oh, who, Bernie?
That's Bernie.
Oh. She said she heard a woman's voice and she's like, "Who is that?"
That's Bernie. That's Bernie. All right. So what does Mrs. Breakman think, Breakman?
What do you think? Kate Winslet's boobs.
She's got pretty boobs.
Yeah.
boobs.
See?
See?
So you're outnumbered, man. You're outnumbered. Oh, Skodoma has it right, though. He says That's what happens when you watch too much porn.
I'll say
Desensitized.
this much: I'm partial to redheads.
I do like redheads too, Eric. I really do.
Bernie,
Bernie,
those are boobs on a woman, so not that great isn't bad.
they're boobs on a woman, so not that great isn't bad.
Bernie is a redhead.
Yes. Not natural, but still, I'll take it. I do like redheads. All right, let's go to everybody's favorite segment here.
What is it?
Stinko of the week.
Breakman, your stinkos of
I got
the
a
week.
few. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the one I hinted at earlier. I mentioned that I hadn't played a lot of Friday the 13th this week.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't because I was playing other games. I played those other games more because Friday the 13th hasn't been working for several days now. And I checked right before the show; it still wasn't working on Xbox. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's. I was looking online, and a couple days ago, it seemed like it was pretty universal, but I haven't seen an update. I don't know.
What the hell's going on there?
I don't know. Like, I just can't get onto a server at all. It's just like you're not connected online. But I am connected online. No, you're not. Yes, I am. No, you're not. But I am.
Well, it won, right?
I know. Basically, it's like arguing with a cop. Even though you're right, they're the ones.
Right. Right.
Um,
All right, what else
and
you
the
got,
handcuffs.
Breakman?
Anyway, so yeah, that fucking sucks. To a guy who thought a political stunt would be a great idea, would make humans suffer. Let's bus people to some place they don't know in the middle of a historic winter blizzard storm in single degree temperatures with no coats or anything like that for a political stunt. Greg Abbott's a piece of shit. That's a horrible, cruel thing to do to anybody.
Can I expand on that just for a quick second?
Sure.
Break. Sorry, I don't mean to step in
No,
on
no,
your
go ahead, go ahead.
stinkos. I do a lot of homeless outreach, and somebody really pissed me off, and said that that the immigrants are taking away from resources from the homeless here in Denver, Colorado, and I say this, right? Immigrants are human beings, right? When I try to talk to people about homeless people, I always try to put them as human beings because we don't. A lot of times, a lot of people don't really see homeless people as human beings. They just see them as dirty, filthy scum of the earth, people that should not even exist, right? And so, what is the difference between a homeless person and an immigrant? And to which I say, not much. Immigrants are homeless people. They don't have homes.
Yeah, homeless people shouldn't exist, but not because they don't deserve to live, because they absolutely do.
Right. So for me to treat immigrants,
they shouldn't exist because it should never have to get to that point for anybody.
I agree.
Nobody checks that anybody.
I agree. This is the richest country in the world. We shouldn't have a homeless problem, but we do. And the immigrants aren't taking any resources. I mean, this is the richest.
And let me say one thing. It was one thing when they pulled this political stunt in the summertime, when
Yeah.
they're not like throwing people into a life-threatening situation with no defense. I mean,
Well, it's
was,
because
2 degrees out, and they didn't have coats.
Look, it's because people don't believe immigrants are real people. They think they're pieces of shit. I mean, Trump himself said it. They're not sending their best. They're sending rapists and murderers and all. And
that's the thing. Nobody's sending anybody. These people are running for their lives. A lot of them.
Yes.
Like,
That's
they're living in shit situations, and they want out. They want something better for themselves.
Look. I mean, and 99% of these people that come over, right, are good people. There's no question about it. Like a lot of times when you go to a hotel, who makes those beds? Immigrants. A lot of times when you see a beautiful lawn, most likely an immigrant had something to do with that. And I hate to be stereotypical, it's just what it is, right? These are low-paying jobs, right? Skodoma says there are a lot of desperate people doing what they can to survive. No doubt, Skodoma. Like no doubt. And just because somebody's from a different country does not mean they're not human. And I think that's the problem not only, I mean, it's not a Democrat Republican thing, it's an American thing, right? We're so high and mighty that we believe that nobody else deserves what we have, right?
And we can disagree on who we let in to be American citizens. I mean, there are definitely disagreements to be had on, stuff like that. But doing things that are cruel just so you can make some sort of statement, like, that's just inhuman.
Right. Look, Scotoma said any produce from the markets that you get, an immigrant has had a hand in picking those things. So I think we as Americans that are well off, and I say well off, meaning we're not in a third world country yet. I mean, we're not all homeless. We should take a step back and really be thankful for what we have, and understand that these people are just trying to achieve the same damn thing. It's not rocket science. And the next person that tells me that we don't have room for these people in this country, I'm going to punch straight in their jaw, because this country is full of empty land, right? I mean, you have the cities that are congested, but everywhere else in this country, we have plenty of space for
Frank,
everybody.
I live in a city, and you live in a city. How many buildings are just blighted?
Yes.
There's so many empty buildings around our cities.
Yes.
They could be used for something actually useful.
Yeah, but then that would require humanity. See, that's a problem. Break. Then the government would actually have a little bit of humanity. And the government's too big to have any humanity. That's the problem.
Yeah, they don't like spending money unless it goes to them.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Let me get to some comments here. Freak5 says, my stinkos, I still haven't had my chat with HR. So them telling my sister they are going to try and fix problems must have been a lie. Really? A corporation lying to you, Freak5? Let's see. I forgot to lock my car a couple nights ago. Next morning I leave for work, and it was obvious that someone had been going through my car. Glove box was open, central console was open, the box I put trash in was on my driver's seat. But I don't keep anything valuable in my car, so whoever got was a disappointment. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, I guess that's kind of a sweeto that nothing was taken. That's cool. Scotoma says, this country's full of narcissists who think they are the next one to be discovered. Yeah, that's true too, Scotoma. I'm thinking about leaving my car unlocked and hiding on my porch and see if someone getting in my car. I will chase them with a sword. Ooh, that's a good idea, Freak5. Okay, your others, Breakman.
One more.
Wait. Freak has a sword.
I know. I glossed over that, didn't I? What's your other one?
You're right. We were all just like, okay. Wait a minute. You have a sword? Like, is it like what kind of sword? Is it
a role play sword?
Is it a real sword? There's a couple of them. Okay. Anyways, moving on. My third stinko goes to, and this is a fun one. There was a guy who was elected to office back in November, but this week we found out. Let me see. He lied about everything. Essentially, so far we haven't been able to find the truth from the guy, George Santos. And you know what his reward for that is, for lying and getting elected?
What?
Nothing. His punishment is nothing. He gets to be in office.
Yep.
Not much anything anybody can do about it.
Wait a minute. He's not Jewish, Breakman?
He's not Jewish. He's probably not gay. His mom has died several times, apparently. I guess she's either a cat or Jesus. I'm not sure.
Or she's a Time Lord and she just keeps regenerating or
A
something.
Time Lord.
It's gonna call me a diva. You're not far off. What was I saying?
Shit. Freak5 just sent me his two swords. One of them is like one of those like swirly swords. I don't know how to explain it. That's fucking cool.
Type, you mean?
Well, it's like, okay, have you ever seen Cat's Eye?
Yeah, Cat's Eye.
Okay, you know the elf in Cat's Eye, that sword he has that kind of like squiggles?
I gotta think back to that. I don't really remember it. It's been a long time.
Here,
I've never seen that movie, but I know it's bad, so I'll never see it.
I like it. I like that movie.
That's it's dated though, like especially the special effects.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But I think it's fun. It's a fun.
Yeah,
fun,
I liked it. I mean, Drew Barrymore is in it, and James Woods, who was, he might be a dick in real life, but he's a good actor.
Yeah, I can't stand James Wood, but yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand him in real life, but I like him in movies.
I'm trying to find the Cat's Eye Sword. I should put in Cat's Eye Elves.
But anyway, back while you're doing that, my stinko goes to the fact that the American people were absolutely hoodwinked by this guy, and we can do nothing about it.
Well, there's stuff that they can do.
All these politicians, we should be able to have a say when they lie to us. We should be able to say, like, okay, you promised one thing and you've done the other. Like, we should be able to vote and say this guy's got to go. And nobody's gonna step up and get rid of him.
Well, look, the reason that's not going to happen is right now Kevin McCarthy is trying to drum up the votes for
votes. For Republicans. If this was a Democrat, it'd be the same thing for the Democrats. They wouldn't go after him because they won his seat, they won his vote. Just like the Republicans aren't going to go after him because they won his vote.
Right. Right.
They would rather have a guy who's absolutely lying 100% of the time than have a Democrat.
Yeah.
But somebody to vote the opposite.
Well, there you go. That's kind of squiggly like that. You see how it kind of squiggles? I don't know if you guys can see it.
You're squiggly. No, you're
a squiggle. Do you see it?
I'm looking on Twitter. Hold on.
Not on Twitter, you dork. On the stream. Like right now.
My screen's been frozen for like an hour.
Oh
now.
shit. Okay. Well, you can't see it. Here, I'll send it to you on Twitter or
this shitty computer can't handle video.
Sorry. Well, it's not video; it's just a picture. But
but I'm saying like the Twitch stream, it can't handle that.
Okay, hold on. I'll send it to you right now. I'll send it in private DM, whatever. Hold on. It's a link. Just click that link and it'll take you there. Boom.
This isn't malware, is it?
No, definitely not malware.
I'm sure. All right, I'm trusting you this time, Frank. Even though you screwed me with that malware last time. Oh, okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, he's got like
the blade itself is kind of wavy, like it looks.
Yeah,
like
wavy. There you go. That's a better way of saying it. That's really fucking cool, Freak 5. I like that. That's really fucking cool. That's the sword that I would use, that wavy one, if you're gonna do what you said. The other one is very intimidating, but it's not nearly as cool looking as the wavy one.
Freak has a good point.
What do you say?
Instead of looking for that cat's eye, he's like, why didn't you just send them a picture of the sword I sent you?
I guess I could have, but I just thought of the cat's eye deal.
Well, neither one of us thought of that. I'm just saying. Like,
how dare you? Let's see. I have a theory that most people just go along with whatever happens because they think they can't do anything. Even deciding where and what you spend your money on will affect change. That's a good point. I always said, look, like we even though we don't really have power, if collectively we stop buying something, then shit changes, right? Like in other words, like how Southwest has been pulling everybody's chain, that airline. Yeah. Like, just don't fucking use Southwest. Yeah, don't use Southwest. End of story. I mean, that's how it should be.
They'll call the cops on you if just because you're there and they told you that they canceled your flight because.
Yeah.
Because.
Yeah, it happened to my parents. It fucking bullshit, man. Dumb. But anyways, as for renovating rundown buildings in towns, they won't go to help. No, it never will. Freak 5 never will. All right, what else you got? Break? Just George Santos.
That was all my stinkos.
All right.
Yeah.
Eric, I didn't see one under you. I'm assuming you don't have any. Mine is just the fucking snow that's sticking to the ground. Normally in Colorado, or at least in Denver, like it'll snow one day and the next day the snow will be almost all gone, right? Because the sun, we have more hours of sunlight than even someplace like San Diego here. But man, since the cold snap, like this snow has been sticking around and it fucking sucks. It sucks. So that's mine. All right, let's move on to Sweetos.
Dude, what does my tattoo say?
Sweet! Sweeto of the week.
All right, Break. Your Sweeto of the week.
A few Sweetos of the week, or a couple. I have a couple Sweetos of the week. First one goes to the fact that we now have confirmed metahumans in existence. We've found them. We know where they're hiding. Apparently, Waffle House employs them.
Oh,
That's
Waffle
they've been
House.
hiding in plain sight all along. We didn't even know it.
You saw that video too, Break? Oh my god, that shit was funny as fuck, man. With the chair being thrown and that woman just like fucking just caught it out of midair. It was badass, man.
Like one-handed, like she's caught that one-handed, flipped it and tossed it right out of her way like it was nothing, and looked at the guy. And then you see the other video of her like throwing uppercuts and shit. Like she's a fighter. Like she was trained to fight. Like I'm telling you, she puts a cape on at night and a cowl, and she's fighting crime. She has to be.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's one superhero. My other superhero goes to Greta Thunberg. My other sweeto, she's a superhero too because and one day she embarrassed and humiliated a guy online and got him sent to prison.
Actually, that's not true.
What's that?
That's a large coincidence because they were doing a sting on him for
No, Eric. What?
They've confirmed that the pizza box they used in the
Yep.
second video is what confirmed they had it.
Yep,
Well,
they used her.
Reports.
Yeah. No. Eric, what Break is
I
saying?
don't think that was the clincher.
No, it was the clincher. 100%. Like her tweet to him caused him to tweet more, and the more they scrutinized those tweets, that's what caught him. He's a fucking human trafficking piece of shit.
That's probably true, but I don't think it's because of the pizza box exclusively.
Yeah. Skoma said,
They've been looking at him, but they weren't sure that he was in the country.
I think it's more that just the more he tweeted in one place, the more the likelihood increased that they could actually get him.
Well, but who caused that, Eric? She's directly responsible for them finding him, which is awesome. So yes, another superhero Break for sure.
This guy's apparently a rapist who'd been trafficking kids. I'd never heard of the asshole until he stepped up. I love all the people who immediately came to his back to defend him and stuff just because they hate her. Like I saw that and like you don't know who this guy is either, bitch. Shut up.
I never knew who Andrew Tate was until this whole kerfuffle. But everything that I've seen about him, he's a human waste. That's what he is. Like he's just trash. He's trash. He's trash.
They arrested both of them, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And they
I think this is from the Inquirer. This is backing up what Eric's saying. So yeah, there are conflicting statements. Like the authorities are saying that she didn't help him, but then again, remember what the authorities tell us all the time. They lie nonstop about everything. Just look at the.
I mean, if the cops are gonna want to take credit for something over somebody else, they're gonna do it. I mean,
yeah, that's true. You're right. Definitely right about that. Anyway, so those are my sweetos.
Yeah, awesome, man. Eric, your sweetos.
You got really quiet for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just looking at some messages. Somebody.
You're looking at Kate Winslet's boobies again.
Oh man, they're fucking hot, man. No doubt. No doubt, man. I don't know what Freak Vibe is thinking, man. Those are almost perfect breasts, man. Freak Vibe, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, you need your head examined. I thought you were an expert on boobs, dude. Black Phone is a great movie, Scotoma, for sure.
Like Scotoma, like Scotoma said, he's desensitized. Like he's seen them all.
I know he's seen them all.
He's seen them all.
If they're not like perfectly round, like robust boobs, like it just doesn't suit his fancy anymore. Yeah, he's
gonna need a little purple pill if it's not perfect.
All right, Eric, I'm sorry. What was your sweeto?
I don't have one.
Oh, I thought you did. Okay. It said gift cards there, so I just assumed.
Oh, that's old. I need to delete that.
All right. All right. Mine is okay, mine are also the gift cards that I got from Break, but I want to discuss the games that I got here because I got not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 total games, and I still had $1 and change left over. So let's go through these. I want to see what you guys think of these, and I'll tell you approximately what I paid because I can't remember all the prices. But the first one on my list is a game called, and I just took a flyer on this, it's called One Night Stand. Sounds pretty good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So Basically, this game is just like plays out like kind of like point and click, like visual novel type deal, and it's what it implies, a one night stand. But it's from a woman's perspective, so I thought that was pretty interesting, and it only costs like $1 or $2, so super cheap. I'm gonna give that a chance. The next game on the list is Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. And this is the Ultimate Edition. I've been waiting for this to go on sale. The first Pillars of Eternity was great. It's it's like an isometric RPG, much in the vein of Diablo, but it's better than Diablo. I know that's going to be blasphemy. Yeah, I know. I know that's going to be blasphemy to you, Break, but it's a much deeper, better game in my opinion.
I thought Pillars of Eternity was more of a Baldur's Gate type game.
No, sort of, but it reminds me of, for some reason, it's not a total loot shoot game, but it to me it just reminds me more of Diablo. But yeah, Baldur's Gate, you could put that in that vein. A lot of people think that Pillars of Eternity 2 is one of the greatest games ever made, so I can't wait to delve into that. I still have to finish Pillars of Eternity 1, but good games nonetheless. I'm hoping this was the most expensive, but it was only $11, so I thought that was a really, really good deal on Pillars of Eternity 2: Deadfire. Now this one is going to be controversial, but I got it for a very specific reason. Anthem. What does that do for you guys? Anything? It was like crickets in here.
No.
You guys.
Now, were your lighters out of fluids?
Frank gets to see how shitty he is.
Yes, okay. That's one of the main reasons that I bought it. But the other reason was it was $1.79.
See, I would buy something like that for $1.79. It's got to be worth at least like 10 minutes of fun. Something.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking. That was my thought process. This break, I could probably have fun for about 10 minutes and say this is the worst piece of shit I've ever played after that, and I'd be just fine.
Spend more money in the arcades playing games like Gauntlet or something like that, and you're playing like an hour. It's like $10 or something.
Yep. So I mean, the value was there. $1.07. I'm sure I can get $1.79. Worth of enjoyment from that. The next one I got, I think Eric will be very, very pleased. SteamWorld Dig I got. So very interesting. I don't even know what kind of game it is.
SteamWorld Dig 2 is much better, but not a bad pick.
Okay. And I only paid like a couple bucks. I think $2 or $3 for that one. Ease Memories of Celceta I got on sale. So I know I can't go wrong with that, right, Eric? I mean, that's going to be worth, like, I think the $10 or $9 that I paid for it. Here's another good one, Code Vein. I got also for like I think like $7, $8. What do you guys think of that? Is that a good pickup, Eric? Code Vein for like $7, $8? Yeah. And then what you just said, Eric, SteamWorld Dig 2. I also got. So there you go. Those were my 7 games that I got with Breakman's gift card. So I thought I did really, really good. I mean, I think the weakest obviously is Anthem, but for $1.79, I mean,
you can see how bad it is with minimal interest.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's as bad as everybody says, and there's no question, I think that it is going to be as bad as everybody says. I only spent $1.79.
I'm surprised the servers are still active.
Right, like just like the hentai games I bought. Like I never expected any of them to be good, but for like $1.50, like they'll amuse me for a few minutes, you know?
Yeah,
like, this is fucking stupid. Like,
exactly. But I think I got really good value in Code Vein, Ease Memories of Celceta, the SteamWorld games, and Pillars of Eternity. The only game that I have in question is the One Night Stand, but I only paid like $2 or $3 for it, so it's like, you know, if I play it and it totally sucks, I mean, it's gotten good reviews, so it couldn't be too bad, right? So 7 games for less than $50, I think that's a really good haul. I think I did better on this occasion than I have in the past, so I was really proud of myself. I think Pillars of Eternity 2 for $11 was an absolute steal. I know it's going to be good, so, you know. All right, I think that's it. We're gonna go on. Okay. Here we go. Let's do our free for all, guys.
It's a free for all. Little baby. Yeah, it's a free for all. Wow. Suck it.
How dare you, Breakman? Son of a bitch. Are there boobs in One Night Stand? I haven't played it yet, Freak 5, and I doubt it. I think it's more of a dramatic type game. How dare you?
Maybe the PC release has like adult version or something. I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think this is that type of game. I think this is it's just basically a game of the aftermath of having a one night stand, pretty much. I think. I don't know. I'll tell you guys when I play it.
There are boobs and blasphemous, and there's an interaction with a woman who's topless who has swords sticking out of her chest.
Sweet.
And she's topless. It's such a weird thing. Just since we're talking about
It's a really good game though, man, and very well done. Yeah.
I don't understand what's going on, and all the characters I talk to are fucking weird as shit. Like a monk with fucking Klaatu in his fucking chest and shit. What was the name of the guy from
Quado.
Quado. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Fucking
Total
Quado
Recall.
on his chest and shit. Like, what the fuck are you?
I
man?
think it's because you're supposed to be in hell.
No, you're in a world that has this thing called the Grievous Miracle, which it's basically everybody's afflicted by this miracle in a myriad of different ways, and they're all based on like what they feel their own personal sin is.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
We're gonna
basically Catholic souls.
Okay. We're gonna do our game and movie picks of the year, along with the shittiest things that we saw and played this year. And I think I'll go with Eric first. What are some of your favorite games that you played this year? It doesn't necessarily had to have come out this year. Along with your movies picks of the year, and then like the best.
I want to do something entirely different. I want to just list off a bunch of different games I played this year that are worthy of the title, because there are too many, I think.
Yeah, well, no question. I mean, all right, let's.
So instead of picking one games, I'm just gonna pick from a assorted amount of games that I really enjoyed this year over.
Okay,
others.
that's fine. What do you got, Eric?
So I got Xenoblade Chronicles 3, and then I had God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, and let's see, Chained Echoes. Still haven't reviewed that yet, but I really like that. Ghost Song, and I can't really think of anything else.
All right. What about movies, Eric? Anything stuck out for you this year as far as movies?
Quantum of Solace. And I think I watched Erased this year, so that was an anime series I really enjoyed.
Okay.
And another interesting one. And Nope was another one.
Yeah, it's a good movie for sure.
That's as much as I can think of.
Freak 5 is exiled, so there you go. All right, Breakman, your picks for game and movies, like, did anything in particular stand out to you this year?
Well, for my picks of the game of the year, I have to give Zelda Breath of the Wild like as much love as possible. I'm just, how long did I play that? How many years?
I purposely left out Trails into Zero, or From Zero, because I already played it, so I gave my thoughts on that like a year ago.
All right.
That's interesting, Freak. He says he's going to play DQ8 before the end of the year.
Shut up.
So he can say it's the shittiest game he played all year.
Exiled, you son of a bitch. Exiled.
Okay. The game that came out this year that I think was probably my favorite of the games that came out this year was the Shredder's Revenge.
Oh, okay.
Go back to the old school fighting games and a lot of fun.
Yeah. All right.
Some buggy issues when it first came out, but I think they've straightened all that shit out.
What about movie? You know, anything stick out?
I'm trying to think about that. Batman was alright, but it's not like one of the ones I'd put at the top. I'm trying to. Stranger Things, even though it was a TV show, I have to give Stranger Things love.
It's a good one.
Wasn't Castlevania season 4 this year too?
Yeah.
So I want to mention that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a long year. I'm trying to think what other movies came out this year. Did the Eternals come out this year? No, I'm kidding.
The Eternals.
Oh, that's the one we get the worst movies, right?
The Joker.
I guess I could mention Thor: Love and Thunder. That was pretty solid.
Yeah. All right. For me, video game.
Loki. I want to mention Loki.
Oh, Loki.
Even though it came out a year ago, I watched it this year though. So
that counts, man. Like for us, it's never like we can never keep up, right? So it's just whatever you've seen this year or played this year that was the best and worst. I mean, whatever. If you guys have,
I love the Breath of the Wild. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
It's 40 years old, I think.
40 years old. That's funny. Yeah, mine is the original Zelda. No, just kidding. No, I'm gonna go with an offbeat pick here for Game of the Year. I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know when it came out. Maybe this year.
Last year.
Okay.
Near the end of last year.
Okay, it doesn't matter. That's my Game of the Year because I thought it was fantastic. Just a great game overall. And that's a close. It was close between that and Immortals: Phoenix Rising. Immortals.
Wait, Gears of War on GBA? What?
What?
What's he talking about?
Gears of War on GBA? Wow, that would be something else.
What game did you say, Frank, was your Game of the Year?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, all right.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. If you ever get into ROM hacking, I suggest you seek out the TMNT Shredder's Re-Revenge, which is basically a ROM hack for Street Fighter 2 that just replaces all the character models with Turtles for Shredder's Revenge mainly.
That's cool.
And they've also got their movesets altered, so they didn't just change the look of the game. They kept the music from Street Fighter 2, which is bizarre, but maybe in future patches they can actually make their own Turtles music for the game instead.
Okay, and it was real close between that and Immortals: Phoenix Rising because that's a great game. Immortals: Phoenix Rising. I think that's one of the most underrated games.
Oh yeah. Hades didn't come out this year. That's right. I played it at the end of last year, I think.
For series, Freak 5 hit the nail on the head with the Beavis and Butthead reboot series. That was fantastic. Let's see, what else did I play? Resident Evil Village is probably the reason I'm going to say this is the worst game I played all year because I couldn't even get past the little beginning. And I didn't know
so you
was.
Don't even know what the rest of the game is like.
No, I don't. I still have it sitting there. It's on backlog, and it's because I couldn't get past the first part. And I was talking to my son. He's like, "Dad, I think that's a timed event because basically you have and it's scary as hell, and it's great. It's a great. I mean, I wish I could have got past that, but and I'll have to play it again. But you run into a bunch of fucking werewolves, and it's like. I don't know what the hell to do. So my son was just saying, just run. Just keep running and something happens, I guess. So I guess that's what I got to do with that game.
Frank bad game.
Well, that's true, but fuck, I ran and I finally got to a house on that game. And I thought I was doing great. I'm like,
are you defending, or are you just letting enemies hit you?
What? No, I went inside the house and I thought I could go in there and just fend them all off with the
lock doors, board up the windows, and you'd be safe.
No, I thought with the gun that I had that I would have been good. Shoot a couple of them and then be good to go. But they kept coming, and I kept dying. And I'm like, what the fuck is? I mean, what am I supposed to do? I don't. I mean, the melee attacks aren't great in that game.
You always lower the difficulty.
No, I didn't. I mean, I played it on regular difficulty, man. That's. I mean,
Play on an easier difficulty.
No, but look, what am I supposed to do, Eric? That was the thing. Am I supposed to run? Just run around until something happens? These
times. Yes, because it's the one instance of the game where the game expects you to not fight back.
Well,
you don't have very much weaponry, so you basically got to do that.
Well, I got to the house and I got in there and I got my ass kicked a couple of times, and that was enough for me. I was like, fuck, this is way too hard. So I'm like, I went to something else and I never went back to it. So that's what happened there.
I was back to the movies thing. I was mostly underwhelmed with a lot of movies I saw this year, but I just remembered one that fucking loved
Yeah.
Godzilla versus Kong. How can I
Oh,
forget that?
that's a great one. That's a good one for sure, man. But that one is trumped by a movie that I saw called Terrifier 2.
I'm
It-
asking you if you defended Frank because that is a mechanic in the game.
Yeah, like put your arms up. Yes, yes, I
That
tried everything.
significantly reduces the damage you take.
No, but see, this is the thing, Eric. Like once you get to, I mean, if you go in that house, you're fucked. You can't. There's nothing you can
Yeah,
do.
you're not supposed to go in the house.
Yeah, I know that now, Eric, and I'm trying to explain it to you. It's a
I
timed
feel like
event.
a lot of people complain about whether or not a game sucks is because they're bad at it, and it's because
No,
they didn't want to
I
take the
didn't
time
say
to
it-
learn how to play.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. I didn't say the game sucked. As a matter of fact, it looks beautiful, plays great from what I played. But for me, that part, I was just like, okay, I'm assuming I go into this house because all the road leads up to that house. So I go in the house, try to defend, and I get killed every time. I'm like, what? I don't know. I don't understand what I'm supposed to be doing here. So apparently it's a timed event. So now when I go back to that game, I'm gonna know it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run back and forth until whatever happens. So I'm not going in the house no more. But
You can go in the house, but there's ways to get out of there. So it's like,
well,
just go in and duck in and out.
well, I guess I don't fucking know. As far as movie goes, Terrifier 2 is my movie of the year, and I'll tell you why. Terrifier 1 was more of a proof of concept of what that movie could be, and I thought it was pretty good. The kills were good, and I'm a huge horror fan. But Terrifier 2 takes it to a whole new level. Not only are the kills great, but the story was expanded upon greatly, and they did a lot of character development. I love that movie. It's my movie of the year, and it is fantastic. I urge you guys to watch that movie. If you like horror movies, Terrifier 2 is one of the greatest horror sequels of all time, bar none. It's great. It's great. What else? Oh, I forgot about Elden Ring. Elden Ring's on the list just because it's really awesome, and From Software does great work. Skodoma says, my bad, Advance War 2, Black Hole Rising.
Oh, I love Advanced Wars. This is fun.
Yeah, I really wish Nintendo would let WayForward release that game already.
Yeah, I'm looking at all the releases this year, and most of the movies I saw were really underwhelming, but I do see a really good one, Prey.
Ooh, Prey was a great Predator movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, man. But for me, it was Terrifier 2 just because of what... I mean, it is just a far and away really superior sequel, which very rarely happens. I mean, how many times do you get a sequel that's way better than the original?
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of more movies, see, my brain is messed up when I'm forgetting things, but the One Piece film Red was pretty good. So
Okay.
that's an anime movie I
told you about
watched.
smoking crack before you get on the show. Come on, man.
The most disappointing movie of the year for me, Halloween Ends. I did not like it. I thought it was... I did like the ending. They did land the movie okay, which is what saved it for me. But I don't know.
Dragon Ball Superhero is another movie I saw too. So that was really good.
Yeah, Skodoma says, "Oh yeah, just watch Prey." I kept seeing it in the list, thinking it was some lame movie. Skodoma, that movie's badass. That movie's really good. And it would have been my movie of the year if not Terrifier 2. Terrifier 2 was just unbelievably awesome. Let's see. Games that disappointed me, Cyberpunk. So there's no surprise there. Although the patches did supposedly make it better, so I will revisit that game at some point. I did pick up Last of Us Part 2 this year. I didn't get a chance to play it, but I will, and I'll have a review for you guys at some point of that game. I'm going to try to take care... That's my New Year's resolution, is try to take care of a lot of my backlog. But I just bought 7 new games, so it's like... Fuck, why do I keep doing this to myself? It's like, got so
I
many.
just bought a lot of games on Steam, so I'm right there.
Yeah,
Plus
but
all the other stuff I haven't played yet.
yeah, I gotta get to it. I gotta get to most of it. I did pretty good. When I got rid of my PS4, I did all of my PS4 backlog pretty much, which was awesome. So I got to start getting on it again and tying up some loose ends, but you know,
my PS4 is so old at this point. I feel bad if I sold it to someone, so it's just gonna get packaged up and shoved in a closet or something.
you'd be surprised. It's still if it's still in
The
good
only
working-
reason I haven't is because I think I still might have save files that somehow still haven't transferred over, even though I did the transferring.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's see. Scotman says I got 2 different endings in Cyberpunk. One where I kill myself, and another where I was the greatest thief. So yeah. There's multiple endings in that game, man. I need to get back to it. I heard the patches made them much better. So there you go. What was that movie that we watched that was shitty as hell? Not too long ago, Bernie. What?
Which one? What was it about?
Well, that one that was so slow and it didn't really. It was like a horror movie, and it was just like nothing happened in it.
There was something about a moon or something, right?
Moonfall was definitely
that
the
was
worst
awful.
movie of the year.
Do they still sell PS Plus subscription cards now that there's tiers now?
Yes.
Or they just sell the basic essential
Just
now?
watched it.
Yeah, it was
And
just
you-
like in this last week.
It was that bad we don't remember.
Well, it was that bad that I don't remember. So,
Huh? What are you talking about?
a movie that we saw that was just not worth mentioning, I
Do you
guess.
remember what it was about at all?
No, Bernie, no. So,
Okay, I don't either.
Do you really want to?
I was talking about PSN cards. How do we get on this?
because I didn't finish before you started in, Eric. You have a habit
sorry.
of doing that, man. So,
It
all
sounded
right.
like you were done.
Are there any other game or movie picks of the year, either bad or good, that you guys can think of? The Stranger Things was definitely awesome.
I can't think of them. You know what I mean?
I know. They're kind of forgettable, Break. Like, if you play something and you don't like it, you just go on to something else. And
Well, there was a game that was so disappointing that I'm just gonna wait on it until Nintendo potentially fixes it. But that would be Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. So many issues with that game.
gotcha.
I don't think I could forgive those issues, and I'd rather play it once most of them are fixed, if not all of them.
Yeah. What else?
Which worries me a little because Nintendo's still been silent on them. I mean, they did say, I think they did hint at patches coming, but they haven't said anything since. So
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I played that was really great? The Final Fantasy VII remake. That was really good. That should have been up there too. Also, Bloodstained. I'm surprised you haven't played Bloodstained, Break, because that's basically spiritual.
I played the original,
Oh, you did? Okay, cool. Yeah.
what do you mean original?
like the first Kickstarter project. It looks like the old Castlevania game.
Yeah.
That's not really the original. That was just something they did alongside it.
Oh,
Okay.
you mean like the 8-bit thing?
Yeah.
Break?
Curse of the Moon.
Yeah, Curse of the Moon. Yeah, that was pretty good. But the actual Bloodstained game is really good, man. You should pick that up, Break it, because
I
it'll.
think it's on Game Pass.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean,
No,
it
it's not anymore. It left a while ago.
Those bastards.
I know. It'll scratch your Castlevania itch, Break, for sure. So, anyways, that pretty much sums things up. Let's get out of here. I thought this was going to be a shorter
I
show.
hope 2013 or 23 is the year we get to see more info on Bloodstained 2.
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be really cool. I mean, I played Persona 5 Royale this year, but that doesn't really count. I don't think. But I need to go back to that game to actually beat it. And so I'm kind of looking through my list. Oh, Agony! I forgot about that. I got that for like $1, I think, or $2. Agony, to kind of take one for the team. So that was definitely a shitty experience. Scotoma wants us to do an extended show, but see,
So the
Scotoma.
game lives up to its title. It's agonizing to play.
Yes, it is. It's agony to play, for sure. Scotoma wants us to do an extended show. I would, but the problem with that is I have to eat, Scotoma, and I think we all have
It's
to
Food
eat.
Quest time.
It is definitely Food Quest time. So I think we need. I'm just kind of looking through things here, see if there's anything
What's
that I.
that horrible movie we watched with the box? You know that?
The box.
Yeah, there was a head in a box, and the guy kept like.
Basket case?
No, the guy was fucking the box. I don't know.
Oh.
It was terrible.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'm just like, man, I have an extensive library. I need to play Kingdoms of Amalur too, man. Holy shit.
It's on Amazon, I think.
Plague. Oh, that's another game, the great game that I played this year. I know it's probably 2 years old or 3 at this point. Plague Tale: Innocence. I know the sequel just came out.
Morbius was the worst movie I've seen this year.
Oh, Morbius. Yeah, yep, for sure. That's a terrible.
So bad I didn't even want to remember it. Then I had to remember it.
Then you remember. Oh, here's another great game I played. Shibuya Scramble. That's a great game.
The worst movie I saw this year was probably Batman versus Superman.
Ooh, it's pretty
And
bad.
I saw the improved edition. Apparently, there was a worse edition. Than
I
that.
like the improved edition a lot better. But yeah,
I saw that and I think that was terrible. So
yeah,
I think that was comparably bad to Suicide Squad.
yeah. Ooh, Suicide Squad. The second one, The Suicide Squad, is pretty good.
I'll get to that eventually. Like I said, I'm trying to get through the HBO backlog before they get rid of everything.
Here's another game that
I need to commit to watching Brave and the Bold Season 2 and then all of Justice League America and JLU.
Yeah, you definitely need to watch those quick. Yeah, absolutely. Brave and Bold's a fun show. I like that. I didn't think I would like it based on the art style, but they did a lot of like the bringing back like old characters and obscure characters and stuff like that, and it kind of felt like a real throwback to like the
It's what I wish Spider-Man
Adam
and Friends would have been, but it wasn't.
Kingdom. I gotta give a shout out to Kingdom Come Deliverance Royal Edition. I didn't think I would like that game as much as I did, but it because it doesn't have a lot of like fantasy elements in it, but it's like a true, like, I don't know, kind of period piece RPG that's really good.
Another game I played this year that wasn't necessarily released this year was Plague Tale: Innocence.
Yeah, I mentioned that too. Plague Tale: Innocence. That's a great game, man. Great game. Like that.
I mentioned Requiem, but I haven't finished it yet. So
yeah, I haven't. I don't have it, so I'll get to that eventually. But you know, but yeah, I this has been a kind of a banner year for games, hasn't it, guys? Like honestly, like it's been fucking great. I think. Movies, not so much. I mean, I can't. Other than the Marvel tentpole movies, there hasn't been much to come out. But all right. Anyways,
well, like the big huge movie of the last like couple months is supposed to be Black Adam, and like the Black Adam's
yeah, it's not great, man. I saw the beginning and I was like, that's enough for me. That
I would have mentioned Shin Megami Tensei 5, but I have yet to finish it too.
Oh, I got that game too. Yeah. Well, look, Demon Souls. That's the remake. That's a great game.
That was last year. No, that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but I beat it this year. I finally got to it this year.
That's right.
Yeah. Witcher 3 is always great every time I play it. So I need to upgrade that actually.
I need to play it for the first time.
It's really good, Eric. It's really, really, really good. It's just fucking good, man. All right, guys. I think we need to wrap it up. Let's do our plugs. Breakman, plug away.
You need to fix your servers. Whoever's making me unable to play Friday the 13th, fix that right now. Son of bitches.
Maybe they just closed them down for good, man. Like, fuck it.
I could see that happening.
I know.
Which would suck because it was so close.
They need the servers. They need the servers for the new 4 versus
Texas Chainsaw
5 versus 1 game.
Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I heard is pretty good.
How much would that suck? Like, I did all that work to get that achievement, and I'm just that close to it, and I can't get it because they ended it on me.
Oh my god, that's happened to people before break. Like, it's like sucks, but whatever. All right, man. What do you got?
Follow me at RPGrinders on Twitter.
As long as you still have that account, right? Right, Breakman?
Right. Well, this week I've been using a lot more, instead of saying fuck, I've been using a lot of acronyms, you know? So,
well,
like,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, apparently I've been getting away with those instead of getting punished more, so... GFY works, apparently. I guess they don't know acronyms, so it works in my favor.
I mean, here's something you might be interested in, Drake. I think that Dragon Ball: The Breakers game is like 14 $5 or something.
Hey,
I
Freak,
haven't seen any good reviews of that though.
Freak
Like,
Five.
I wanted to play it, but like
Freak
it's got
5
terrible
sent. Look, check this out, guys. Freak 5 sent me something that is fucking fantastic. It's someone updated Andrew Tate's fight record on Wikipedia, right? And
I saw that.
at the very top, it's Greta Thunberg loss on Twitter.
I saw that online, yeah, on Twitter.
That's awesome, man. That's really, really fun. I don't even know who Andrew Tate is. Is he a fighter or I don't
Yeah,
even know.
apparently he's a fighter, but we know him more for being a tool on Twitter and starting fights with young girls.
And super rich, apparently.
Yeah.
Probably from
And,
his
but now we know he's also I shouldn't say it.
a
He's
human
rapist
trafficker.
and, human trafficker. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right. What else?
Tried to stop in prison.
Eric, your plugs, please.
You can find my reviews on BostonBashReview.com or my audio reviews on the show's feed. If you like either of those and you want to support me, you can go to my Patreon and send me as little as $1 per month or however much you want for one time. That would really help out either way. And that's all.
All right, you can follow me on Twitter at Frank Branches, or you can follow me on any of the gaming systems, RPGrinders. I just want to take a quick moment to recognize my co-host here, Break and Eric. These guys always bring it every single week. I couldn't ask for better dudes to do this show with. It's a show that's been going on for 15 years now, if you guys can believe that. And without these guys, what's that?
I was wondering how long it's been.
15 years. So I think Break has been there for at least 10, probably more like 12 maybe. Eric's been there for a little bit longer. So it's just fucking awesome to have these dudes do what they do. Their insight, their the information they give you about the games they play. Eric's reviews are always on point. It's just really, really cool to do this show for this amount of time and have as much fun as we all have had. It's just really, really fucking cool. And I'm not gonna fucking cry, so I don't want to hear anybody bullshit about that.
He's tearing up.
What? I am not tearing up. How dare you, Bernie? What the fuck is wrong with you? Get out of here. Let's see. Skodoma says they released him because of lack of evidence. Oh, wow. They released Andrew Tate. Well.
I did think of another stinko because I was trying to look at that. Bill Cosby, got out of jail on technicality. Now he's going on tour.
I know. I mean, if anybody goes to that tour, I don't know what's wrong with them. But anyways, all right. But those are my final thoughts. I think we've had another banner year on the show. I think you can expect more of the same next year. What do you say, guys? That's awesome. I'm sure you're going to hear more of Harmy and Eric's yawning in the year to come and me exiling everybody. So that's about it. All right, guys. Anything else, gentlemen?
No, I'm trying to give you background music.
Happy New Year.
Can you do Auld Lang Syne, Breakman?
What do you want?
Auld Lang Syne, that New Year's Day song,
I thought it was son.
Something's be forgotten.
Yeah, that one. All that stuff. So anyways, stay safe this weekend. Another quick reminder, don't drink and drive. Don't drink and
die either.
Yeah, don't drink and die.
Dumpster dive either.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't get high and drive, all that good fun stuff.
I've been really drunk before, but I've never been drunk enough to go dumpster diving.
Stay safe this weekend. We want to see you back here next week. Until then, we are out. Later, everybody. Have a good New Year. Stay safe. Don't drink and drive. Out.
Yeah.
Hey, Freak Five, thanks for being here, bud, all year long. I think you were one of the few to be here for every show. Skodoma, thank you so much for your support as well as all the people that chatted all throughout the year. Wyland, I know, was in there a lot. I do miss Dungeon quite a bit. If anybody has,
They got tired of us.
yeah, probably he's like, fuck these guys. Yeah, I can't blame him either. You know, what are you going to do? But Alicidra was in there, Commander's Root, and Drapsnat, in addition to Freak 5 and Skodoma. So thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. And for everybody listening on the archives, we really appreciate all of you as well. Have a good New Year, everybody. See you in